are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Arrington Ice Arena for an afternoon of women's ACHA D2 ice hockey. Previous contest between these two teams, I believe it was last night, ended up at a score of 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs as they look to get a second win today. While on the other end of things, the Miami Redhawks look to even the series up at 1. Thank you for tuning into ACTV. My name is Dylan Knighton, alongside here with cameraman and color man now, Calvin Keys. Calvin, how are we doing today?
Doing great, Nighter. Always great to be on the call with you, and sounds like there was a pretty tight matchup between these two teams yesterday. Hoping for the same today.
Definitely, Calvin. Well, we'll get into it as our players here line up for the opening face-off. It'll be Hirschman for the Bulldogs on the draw. And we're off. The Bulldogs win it back. Possession's given to the Redhawks immediately as they cycle it into the corner. Played behind the net. Played out in front. Nobody's there to shoot it. Played back to the point. Firing, and it's blocked. Here come the Bulldogs the other way with it. Jordan Jove firing. And a save by the Redhawks netminder. Odd man rush here. Only 29 seconds into the first period. Bulldogs showing that aggression.
Yeah, that was a fearless shot block from Giove there, and when you do the hard work to put your body on the line for the team, it usually comes away with a reward, and she gets a break there.
Definitely. Loose pucks and ice bags is what we like to call it. Here's Jove with it now. Firing again. It's gloved up by the netminder.
You know, the rush after the shot block is fun. The ice bags after the game are not.
They're not. They're definitely not.
But it's worth it if you can help your team get a win.
Absolutely. It's a face-off to the blocker side of the Miami netminder. And it's one back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs chipping away at it. Get it back into the zone. Play along the far corner and behind the net. Pass it to the point to Sachel. She looks to get it deep. Redhawks will collect here. The Bulldogs do a good job keeping that one in. It's played out in front. It's turned back over to Miami. Sachel plays it in. There'll be a battle for it behind the Redhawks net.
I think that's going to be our first penalty of the game, Nighter.
Absolutely. I didn't realize the referee signals for a penalty.
Sometimes we're used to seeing that body contact, but women's hockey, that's a penalty. Can't lay a hit like that.
That's right. That'll be for body checking against the Bulldogs. I believe that's Tolton that will be serving the penalty.
I think it was actually a roughing penalty that was signaled, but I mean,
Was it roughing?
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You could, a lot of times in hockey, there's a slew of different penalties that you could call on the same play.
I stand corrected, Calvin. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, no worries.
The Redhawks will win it back, get an opportunity to see their power play unit. The Bulldogs will clear that.
I would have gone with the body checking call as well. It just looked like a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. It's not like she gave a forearm shiver or anything like that. It was really just a hit, but not something you can do in this division.
Absolutely. Coming in close with it now. Can you get the shot off? Redhawks with it now at the point. They will look for their options. Pass back to the point. Firing just wide of the cage. Redhawks at the point with it again now. Firing. Opportunity in front. Sachel will get that cleared away. Still remains in the zone. They battle for it in front of the net. Redhawks will play it into the corner. Opportunity backdoor, but it does not go. Puck will be cleared. Both teams will respectively get their changes in. The Redhawks will collect again. Redhawks come low with it. Albina Doe playing it behind the cage. And she clears.
Nice penalty killing so far from Adrian. They really haven't given up any quality chances. Even when the Redhawks have possessed the puck in the offensive zone and gotten set up, all their shots have come from the outside, and there's been shot blockers in front of it.
Definitely a lot of pride in the D zone so far, as Adrian has not allowed a shot on goal yet. No, kill that penalty off.
And that's the goal of any penalty kill, to just not allow any shots.
Absolutely. Here she is with it now in tight, and she scores! First goal of the game for Tolton. She gets out of the box and immediately gets the breakaway opportunity. Here's the replay. We're going to check it out. Calvin, what do you have to say about this?
This is just a neutral ice turnover, kind of a sloppy play from number 9 here. She turned it over, and then really good strength to fight off that back checker and just sneak one through. Goaltender may want that one back, but for the Bulldogs, I think they gained some momentum from that strong penalty kill. And then Tolton right out of the box and on the board.
Hit the nail on the head there, Calvin. As we see a save from Tract. The Bulldogs will battle for possession again. Here's Sachel going to the boards with it now. She plays it behind her net. She'll clear up to Tolton. The Bulldogs will go for a change. Here's Miami with it now. Adrian plays it behind the net. Another good puck battle won there for the Bulldogs. Miami gets possession again. Coming in close. That'll be Tract with the save.
Man, that was a nice move by number 20 there with the toe drag to kind of slip it over to her teammate that set up the scoring chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Good alertness there for Tract and tight. So we see most of our goals being scored. That's what we like to call the house. She shows her alertness there. Makes a good second save for her team. Here are the Redhawks with it now as they'll collect in the far corner. This will be Jove with it. She gets that out. Turn back over to Miami. Back to Jove. The Bulldogs will keep it in. There's Mary Robinson with it now. Played back to the point to Morrison. Morrison. Back to Robinson. Jove with it now. Back to Hirschman. The Redhawks will gain possession and come the other way. They'll go for a line change. Here's Morrison with it now. She creates some time and space for her team. Storer with it now, gaining some speed. 2-on-2 opportunity, heavy back check. It's fired wide of the cage.
That was a nice pass back door. I think her teammate just wasn't able to get there in time as that one slid right across the blue paint, right on the ice. A nice feed. And one thing I do like to see from this Bulldog team as well, they're kind of finding the fine line between hitting somebody and angling them into the boards. You can still play physical. It just can't be an overt body check, and they're doing a good job of still laying the body and making things difficult. As I say that, that's what you don't want to do from a physical standpoint. A hit or a cross check maybe right in the numbers.
Yeah, I believe that will be a cross check.
Looks like the Red Hawk player is okay, so that's a good sign. That's a dangerous play whenever you're not able to control yourself heading into the boards head first.
Especially into the corner like that. It's very important to be aware if you are battling for the puck.
See what the call is here. They're going to have a conference. This is not good for Adrian. The amount of time they're taking to decide this call could be costly potentially. This could be more than a minor penalty, Dylan.
Looks like, as there's no time yet on the scoreboard here, Arlington Ice Arena. Referees will talk it over.
In a game between two teams that are as evenly matched as these two squads are, you don't really want to help your opponent out by taking penalties, and looks like they're going to give the call to the Miami captain right now.
Definitely, it's always important to be disciplined and do the best you can.
Wow, 5 minutes here for boarding.
5 minutes for boarding.
They're going to break the news to the Adrian head coach right now. 5 minutes up on the board.
Absolutely. Very vital penalty kill here for the Bulldogs.
Could this be a turning point in the game for Miami as they're down one here early? The benefit of these major penalty power plays is that they don't end after a goal, so there's some potential here where the Red Hawks could try and score multiple.
Absolutely. As it's gloved up there by Track, the first shot of this 5-minute penalty kill for the Bulldogs.
The problem is Tract has been really good, seeing pucks super well, so she's going to be difficult to beat in net.
Absolutely. Well, she's been sharp so far in the 3 shots she's faced. They're the Red Hawks with it now. Played up at the point. Jumped back into the corner. Looking for an option. Maybe tripped up on the play, but there's no signal for a penalty. Fired in front. Shot does not get through.
That's a break for Adrian. Would have set up a long 2-minute 5-on-3.
Yeah, that was a good thing the referee was in the corner. It doesn't look like he had eyes on it. The Bulldogs keep it out of the crease. No clear. Here are the Red Hawks coming in with some speed now. Firing, and it's just over the crossbar.
What a clearance that was by the Bulldog defenseman to get it off the line.
Red Hawks fire, but it's blocked in front. The Bulldogs will clear. Here's Cavalier now, heavy on the forecheck. She loses her stick. The Red Hawks the Red Hawks gain possession again. It's turned over back to the Bulldogs to Jove, and she will clear. Here are the Red Hawks, the breakout pass there. Bulldogs attempt to get it out. Still struggling, but they manage. Red Hawks battle for it along the near wall. We'll get another whistle, another stoppage in play. Looks like that will be offsides.
So far, so good for the Bulldog penalty kill. They continue their strong play here on this extended penalty kill.
Definitely a lot of pride in the D zone for the Dogs. Doing a good job of managing that as Ames will dump it back in to the Red Hawks defensive zone.
One of the biggest things that can be helpful on the penalty kill is when you're able to win a lot of draws, because then you can just send it the length of the ice like Adrian was able to do there.
Absolutely. Come the Red Hawks the other way for it looks like a 2-on-2 opportunity. She'll circle and look for an option. Ends up going behind the net. It's played in front. They don't get the shot through. I don't believe that was on net. Played behind the cage again. It's back up to the point. Pass across. Firing into the chest of track, and she'll cover that one up. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this penalty kill for the Bulldogs. Doing a good job so far. Hopefully they can hang on for these next 2 minutes. It's one back to the Red Hawks. Played back to the point. Firing, it's tipped in front. Doesn't get through. Bulldogs will clear. Good clear there for Mary Robinson. The Red Hawks will collect the puck again. It's back to Nadeau, and she'll get it deep. Good forecheck there for the Bulldogs in an effort to gain possession. And they'll still keep that one in. Good poke check there by, Tolton. Opportunity in front, and it's off the stick, but goes wide of the cage. Redhawks looking to fire. It's off the glove of Track. She'll make another save. This long penalty kill. Pass across, below the hash, deflected out front. Bulldogs will get it to the boards. Here's Tolton with it now. Battling with the Redhawks player. It's off the pad of Track again. The Bulldogs will clear. 55 seconds remaining in this long penalty kill. Power play opportunity for the Miami Redhawks. They'll attempt to regroup behind their own net.
Adrian just making life really difficult for Miami to even get the puck out of their own end on the power play here.
Definitely. I think that definitely comes with a heavy forecheck. Just skate as fast as you can and pressure their defense and wingers as much as you possibly can. Doing a great job of that so far. Miami plays it deep. A heavy collision into the boards behind the net. No signal for a penalty. The Bulldogs will get it deep once again. Looks like they'll be able to kill off this 5-minute major. Bulldogs will get possession again. Here's Jove with it now in tight. Miami will collect. Attempt to clear. Hirschman will stop that from happening. Here comes Miami with it the other way. Shot attempt, but it's blocked by Grimm. Looks like we'll see a penalty against the Miami Redhawks. The Bulldogs will get their first power play opportunity of the afternoon.
And hooking's the signal, as I suspected. Bulldogs, after weathering the storm shorthanded, are going to get a chance on the man advantage now. And it looked like the Red Hawk player just kind of got her stick into the armpit / hands of the Bulldog defenseman as they were trying to clear it out. And that's a pretty easy call, especially when you lose your stick reaching in. Makes it easier for the referee to catch. Red Hawks caught red-handed. Bulldogs looking to extend their lead on the power play.
I like that. Red Hawks got caught red-handed.
There you go.
We got an opportunity here to see the Bulldogs power play unit. Play to the point to Grimm. Back down low, a shot. And it's covered up by the Miami goaltender.
It's an easy save to make when you're in position, and the Red Hawk netminder just had a great angle on the puck. Didn't really provide much space to shoot at. Maybe you like to see the Bulldog power play hang on to that and look to work it around and maybe take a shot once the goaltender's having to move side to side.
Definitely, as the Bulldogs win it back to Grimm. Back to Grimm again. She fires. Puck seems to be loose, but the whistle is blown.
I think as a goaltender, you can agree that's a much harder shot to stop and a better shot selection from Adrian. They've got screens in front, and having bodies in front and a chance for redirects and just making the sight line a little bit more difficult for the goaltender usually leads to more production.
Absolutely. It's always preached in hockey to take away the goalie's eyes, and the Bulldogs seem to be doing that as of right now. See Jove with it. Looks for an option across, but Miami will clear. Track comes out of the cage to play it over to Sachel. Bulldogs will regroup here. Effort for a breakout opportunity. Jove with it now, passes it up to Hirschman. Redhawks will gain possession again. It's turned over back to the Bulldogs. This will be Tolton with it. Back to the point to Sachel. Firing, it's high.
High stick, it looks like, and that's going to bring this draw all the way out to the neutral zone. .44 more seconds of penalty kill time for the Redhawks, who have also looked good shorthanded. Adrian with possession in the offensive zone, but not a lot of premium opportunities.
Right. Both teams looking very good at their special teams units. Just goes to show how close this series really is.
Big weekend for both these teams in ACHA Women's Division II.
Absolutely. Here's Lily Storer with it now, firing. It's off the pad of the goaltender and deflected up into the netting behind the cage.
Maybe a little bit of a rivalry, too. Border battle between Adrian, which is in southern Michigan, and Miami, which is in Oxford, Ohio, close to the middle of the state, but two schools that are pretty close in proximity.
Here's Grimm with it now. The point, she takes her time to find a lane. Deflected in front. Shot does not get off, though. It's played back to Grimm. Looking to shoot. It's blocked by a Miami winger. It's played back to the point. Back to Grimm. She passes it to Storer. Storer fires.
Ooh.
Wide right of the cage.
Had some room up there, up top to the right.
Looks like Storer definitely found that that shot lane. It just took a weird bounce maybe off the defenseman. They'll battle for it along the far wall. Here's Storer with it in tight now. Firing again. It's to the blocker side of the goaltender.
Having some trouble hitting the net, but right there you credit the defenseman using their stick to direct that puck wide.
Adrian gets it in now. Miami will collect again. The penalty will expire. Back to even strength. Powerful slap shot is deflected off of one of the Bulldog players and into the netting. They'll give us a stoppage in play. 5 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in this first period.
It's been a pretty even game so far. Pretty entertaining. Both these teams working hard.
Definitely a very tight game. The shots are basically even. They're 6-8 in favor of the Redhawks, as we'll get another whistle as track covers up.
Both teams have pretty much countered each other out on special teams, so you get the feeling this is a game that's going to be won 5-on-5.
Absolutely, and looking at it from up top here, looks like it's going to come down to winning puck battles and taking away the goaltender's eyes. That's really what it's going to come down to in the end, I think. Redhawks here get it deep. Play along the far corner, back to the point. Dumped back in again. Bulldogs will try to get possession, and they do. Bulldogs play it deep. I believe that will be Weglars. Plays that one in. Now we see Hirschman with it. She'll chip that one in again. Robinson coming in with some speed. He's not able to gain possession though. Puck battle behind the Bulldogs' cage. Chipped back in by the Redhawks. Opportunity in front. The Bulldogs will clear. Redhawks will get possession at the point. It's played in front. Blocker saved by Track. Big save there for her. We'll go 2-on-2 the other way. Robinson will chip that one in deep. Firing. It's off a defenseman. Played in front. Back door. Shots just wide of the cage.
Nice vision there to find her teammate across the rink. Don't know how that pass got through. It was extremely accurate.
Definitely showing the chemistry of this Bulldog squad. We'll see a heavy shot there from, I believe that's Nadeau. That'll be a glove save for the Miami goaltender.
I think there's trade-offs to that slap shot because you get more power, but then also the goaltender has some time to track it and see what you're doing.
Definitely, as a goaltender myself, when there's not really any traffic in front of the net, sometimes makes it easier. After so many years of training and making glove saves like that in practice. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. This will be Tolton playing it. Miami players tripped up, no signal. It's blocked again by the Miami defense, or excuse me, winger. Miami gets it deep now. Battle for it in the near corner. And both teams are met at a stalemate as they try to break the puck loose. The Bulldogs will get possession of that. They'll get it out. Miami chips it in deep now. Track will come out to play it to Nadeau. Nadeau passes it along the boards. And Bulldogs will clear out. It's back to Miami.
That was a nice job by Nadeau on the breakout to use the wall to bank it to her teammate since the direct passing option wasn't there.
Absolutely. I feel like as a defenseman, you're always looking for those kind of weird angles and those chips.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes that rim play or a bank play is the best play you can make.
Here come the Bulldogs the other way. See Grimm collect it. She'll get it into the zone. Good opportunity for Grimm, firing. The glove save.
Wow, some really nice moves from Grimm there. Beats a couple of Red Hawks and just can't find the finish. Two really good goaltenders on display today, and the Miami netminder continues her strong play. She's saved 7 of 8 so far in the contest.
Here are the Bulldogs with it. They win it back. Back to Grimm again. Ohio looks to clear, but Bulldogs will get possession again as it's covered up by the Miami goaltender. It's a short minute and 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. As Calvin mentioned before, both teams are pretty much evened up right now, with the exception of the Bulldogs' breakaway goal. It's played back to Grimm after the faceoff is won by the Bulldogs. She chips it in off the glass.
In games this tight, usually it comes down to who makes the most mistakes or miscues, and so far the only difference is that turnover the Red Hawks made in the neutral zone to spring the breakaway for the Bulldogs. The other determining factor is usually who makes the most of the chances they do get, and so far the Bulldogs were able to score on that breakaway.
Definitely a lot of hard work there, especially on that play for the Bulldogs. So we'll get another whistle here for offsides. 1 minute and 1 second remaining. Miami will do their best here to try to even it up late in the period. It's one back to the Bulldogs, to Berenson. Miami gets it again. Look for the option across. The Bulldogs will get on that. Chip back in by Zebley, excuse me. See Ray collect it. She loses possession in the zone. Back to Berenson. Miami will chip it out. Berenson with possession again. Back over to Grimm. Back over. Looks like there may have been a miscommunication there for, it might have been offsides. Miami plays it deep. Another save by Track. And another save. Really good opportunity there for Miami. The Bulldogs are able to clear. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for our first period. Calvin, what do you think? What do you think so far?
I think we've got a barn burner on our hands. Both teams playing really strong. Both goaltenders look great. I think it's going to take something special to beat them. And so far, the only goal came on a breakaway. Other than that, both goaltenders have been really, really good. Bulldogs' penalty kill was tested there with the major penalty they committed, but able to take care of business, and they hold on to a one-goal lead going into the first intermission. I have to imagine for both coaches, they're just going to be looking for more of the same from their teams. Not too much to clean up. Maybe just careful with puck possession as the last person back, because that slight turnover is what led to the Adrian goal. Other than that, I think things have looked really good from both teams. Both goaltenders are seeing the puck well, and defensively, when the opposing teams have had possession, they've kept their opponents to the outside and then cleared away pucks when they're in the slot and near the blue paint.
Definitely, Calvin. Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Not much left for me to say. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to ACTV. We'll see you back for the second period after a short intermission.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrate each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Arrington Ice Arena for the second period of this Women's ACHA D2 contest. Our Adrian College Bulldogs lead at a score of 1-0 after a breakaway opportunity from Tolton very early on in the first period. Definitely a good effort for both sides. Calvin, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I think just similar to what I said at the end of the first period, this is a really tight game, so it's going to come down to probably just managing the puck well, especially if you're the Bulldogs. Need to make sure you're just responsible getting the puck out of your own end and trying to play on your opponent's side of the rink as much as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we've got a bit of a lull. Could you walk us through how your team did this weekend? I know suffered a tough loss. Of course, talking about the ACHA Division I men's team here that you're a goaltender for. Tough loss, upset by Ohio on Thursday night, but really responded well on Friday at the Bobcats' place.
Yeah, definitely. We had a pretty good bounce Saturday night at the Bird Arena, as the boys like to call it, the Dirty Bird. Very good, very good response that evening. Came back, or we didn't come back. We scored 6 goals in the second period. Our freshman goaltender, good friend of mine, Peyton Traska, got a really solid start. Really great win for him. Really happy for him and the guys, and just a great effort, bounce back for us D1 Dogs.
Certainly. Nice to see the response there, and we'll have to see what Miami's response is going into this second period down a goal.
We'll see as Hirschman plays it in the corner. Pass back up to the point to Grimm. Firing, it's off the helmet of Jove. Rebound opportunity for Jove. Can't get the shot off. It's in the crease. And the goaltender will cover that one up for a whistle. Collection of rebounds there, wow.
Wow, that's right. Great save by the Red Hawk goaltender. Just doing everything she could to keep the puck out of the net. Desperation as she dove across, but was able to cover it up. Really impressive stuff there.
As a goaltender myself, I don't like to go too much in desperation, but when necessary, it's very effective. We see a couple of good desperation saves there.
Didn't really have an option there as the puck was all the way at the other side of the net. Bulldogs were banging away, just doing whatever she can to keep it out.
Here's Jove with it now again. Goaltender will attempt to cover it up, but rebound is played just to the left of her crease. Here come the Red Hawks the other way. It's played behind the Bulldogs net, behind track. That's back to the point. Bit of a whiff of a slap shot there. Shot does not get through. It's back in the Red Hawks' possession again as Grimm battles for it against the wall. Played up to Robinson, up to Jove. Turned over back to Miami. We get possession. She looks for an option, but the rest of her team went for a change. We'll battle for it in the corner, and Doe is knocked to the ice. Robinson with possession again. Here's Hirschman. It's played up to Tolton. Tolton coming in with some speed. Gets it down. Fired over the net.
What a move by Tolton. That would have been on a highlight reel somewhere if she had been able to finish.
Really good move. And it's in. I believe that was Cavalier off a very strange rebound. The Bulldogs take the lead 2-0.
Yeah, it was tough filming that goal because it was a bit of an odd bounce. As we look at it again, this one was really interesting. Looked like the Red Hawks tried to clear. It bounced around for a second, a quick shot, and somehow finds its way in.
Looks like it might have went off a shin pad and got deflected out just perfectly. And Cavalier found the shot lane perfectly.
A couple of players tangled up in the neutral zone. Kind of an incidental collision, so Good no call there.
Big collision there.
The train tracks kind of crossed there and just bumped into one another.
So Nadeau will play it now. Sauce that one up the middle. Zebley will get it. And it's back to the Adrian defense, and they will dump in, and that will be called icing. I believe that might have, correct me if I'm wrong, Calvin, that might have been the first icing call of this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. Both of these teams have done a really good job of working together to break the puck out of their own end. I've seen a lot of just nice passing, cohesiveness as a team from both sides. Usually an icing is more of a lazy play when you don't have options or you're tired, but, you know, both the people without the puck have done a good job of getting open, and then the players who have been handling the puck have done a good job of making nice tape-to-tape feeds.
Or playing it off the wall, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times chipping it high in the air, chipping it off the glass is a good alternative to icing the puck, because that usually means it won't have enough steam to get all the way below the goal line, and then you're not pinned in your own and you're able to get a line change or whatever you're looking for. At the very least, get it out of your zone.
Players can definitely manipulate the puck speed and use that to their advantage to get maybe a late change in. The Bulldogs will play it deep in their own zone. Get it out to the Miami defense. It's turned over to the Bulldogs again. That's Broom with it now.
Wow, that was close. It looked like she gained center ice on the play from my point of view, but
close call there in the
maybe
icing.
not.
Yeah. I honestly was not expecting an icing call there, but
usually you get a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, too, when you're really close to the red line. But the arm was up immediately, no hesitation, and this will come back in the Adrian zone.
Miami will win it back. Puck will get played back into the neutral zone. The Bulldogs battle for it. Here's Storer here in the forecheck. She'll get possession. She'll sauce that one in, closer to the net. And the Redhawks get possession back. It's back over to Adrian defense. I believe that is Morrison. Miami will attempt to get that one in, but Storer keeps it out, or keeps it in the neutral zone, excuse me. Bulldogs turn it over to Miami. Here's Ray with it in the corner, passed out front. A really good look there from Ray. Nobody's there to clean it up and put it in the back of the net, unfortunately, for the Bulldogs. Ray with it along the wall again. The Redhawks will get possession again. And the Redhawks with it. Turn that back over to Morrison. Morrison now with some speed. Will get chipped out by the Redhawks defense. Heavy collision along the Redhawks bench. It looks like the call will just be offsides.
$14:50 to go in this second period, and just feels like more of the same, where these two teams are pretty much deadlocked.
Absolutely. Adrian just taking advantage of just a few of them, the very few mistakes that the Miami Redhawks have taken, or have made, excuse me. Here's Jove with it now in the neutral zone. She crosses the blue line. Shot from Robinson, blocked in front. I believe that's off the back of Jove. Good defensive stick there from Grimm. Efforts to keep it in. Robinson battling for it now. It's in front. Bulldogs can't get a stick on it. Miami Redhawks will come the other way. Grimm collects. It's sent upwards. Jove will glove that one, put it on the ice. Come the Redhawks in tight with it now. Good effort from the Bulldogs defense there to get a stick on it. It'll be sent down the other way, and it will be called icing. .13 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in this second period. 12 shots for Adrian College Bulldogs and 8 for University of Miami Redhawks. So both teams will line up for the face-off here. It'll be won by Adrian. Back to Grimm. She plays it behind the cage. Passed up to Robinson, up to Hirschman. Turned over back to Miami. It's battled for in the corner. Miami gets away with it. Passed back up to the point. Shot, and it's blocked. Adrian will get it out of the zone. Battle for it just in front of the penalty boxes here. Miami gets away with it again. Pass up into the neutral zone. Turn back over to Berenson. She'll clear out. Miami will get possession.
Great stick check there from Berenson to knock it away and break up the rush.
Shot attempt, but it's just wide of the cage, the glove side of track. Here's Zebley with it now. Gets it out, but she loses the puck quickly. Miami in tight with it, and it's covered up by track. Looks like she didn't see it right away. Was able to cover up that rebound. Just to the right, or just the blocker side of her net.
Did it look to you like the Bulldog defenseman there tripped up the Red Hawk who was driving the net?
Maybe a little bit.
It's tough. It was tough to tell whether she lost an edge or whether the stick of the Bulldog player caught her in the skates, causing her to go down.
Just goes to show it's a shot, and they score. That'll be the first goal for Miami for this contest. Right off the face-off. We'll check the replay for it.
Ran into the ref there in the fist bump line. Another look at this one. This is just a pretty poor turnover, but it's because of the pressure from the Red Hawks forecheck. You see a Miami player who was able to knock it away from the Bulldog defender's stick, and from there it set up a nice one-on-one chance with the goaltender. Miami able to capitalize and cut the deficit to 1. They find some life here in this second period after some good sustained pressure, getting in the face of the Bulldogs and giving them a tough time.
Here they come back again the other way. They find some momentum here, looks like. Quick win off the face-off. The Bulldogs get possession again. This will be Ames with it now. Firing, it's off the stick of the goaltender. Good redirection there from the University of Miami goaltender.
Letting them play down there in the corner, Nider.
Absolutely.
Throwing their weight around.
It's back up to the point to Nadeau. Miami's defense will get possession of that again. They'll send that one down.
Wow.
That'll be icing. It was close.
That's close. I think that's the right call. Bulldogs got there first, but good hustle by Miami. I think they've had a little bit more pep in their step these last couple of minutes, and that's why they were able to cut this deficit.
Definitely, and that goal they had just scored is definitely keeping their momentum up, and they're doing a great job both offensively and defensively. One back by Miami. It will be a battle for it in the far corner. Two-on-one opportunity but it's dumped in. Bulldogs will get possession again. Here's Ray with it. She'll pass that up. There'll be a collision along the far wall.
How about this effort from Miami, really causing some headaches for Adrian on the breakout?
Definitely just really getting in the Bulldogs' grills. It's up close and personal.
Yeah, really tough to find a passing option or get the puck out of your own end when you don't have a lot of time and space.
There's Robinson, gets a touch of it. Doesn't keep it on her stick blade. Here's Berenson in with it now. Firing. The goaltender will eat that one up for a whistle.
I'd like to see Berenson try and shoot that low. She had someone with her, maybe a POP, pass off the pad, and that could have been helpful, but also if she saw room upstairs, that's the right way to go as well. Different options, and she took the aerial route and didn't allow it to rebound, did the Miami goaltender.
And it's in. Quick off the face-off. Sorry to interrupt you, Calvin.
Oh, you're fine. I'm sorry to get in the way of your goal call.
Oh, good. We'll check the replay here. Another quick one off the face-off. The Bulldogs extend the lead by 2.
Let's see if the Bulldogs made me eat my words here. I think this was a shot up high. Yeah, look, Berenson says, you don't want me to shoot up high? Look what I'm going to do. And then puts it top shelf. Proves me wrong there, Niter. I've been proven wrong many times, and once again, usually as a commentator, whenever you say something, the opposite's going to happen. And
right.
You know, Berenson's showing the value of going up top from the point there.
Pass off pad, it's a very good decision in some instances. But seems to be very effective there for Berenson to fire at top shelf. The Bulldogs will extend the lead by 2.
Yeah, don't listen to me. She knows what she's doing.
Here's Robinson with it now. Well, 2-on-1 opportunity. Firing. It's blocked by a Miami defender. It's up to the point. Miami gets possession again. Pass opportunity up the wall. Berenson with it. As we see pressure from Miami. A little attempt to pass it in front, but pass doesn't get off. Good block there from Grimm. It's off the hand.
Ooh.
I believe.
We're going to call it a hand pass. That's the right decision.
Yep.
That goal from Berenson was huge because it feels like a momentum killer as Miami was just pushing and pushing for offense. And then the Bulldogs find an answer to keep their lead at 2 goals here with 9:20 to go in the second period.
Definitely a good effort from both sides respectively. You'll see the Bulldogs gain possession after Miami faceoff win. And that one will be called icing. As you see a player fall down to the ice there. We get the face-off back in the Adrian Bulldogs end.
You know, props to this Adrian Women's Division II team and the Women's Division I team here at Adrian College, because I think those are the only 2 hockey teams that were able to get a win yesterday. Both the NCAA men's and women's teams fell on the road against Utica. And,
oh, wow. Big rebound there. I believe the goaltender might have miscalculated where her glove positioning was. Cover that one up.
What I was going to say is this team and the women's ACHA D1 team are the only 2 to get a win yesterday, I believe, across Adrian Athletics.
I think you're right.
I was probably the bad luck charm because the football game that I called, Adrian versus Albion, and the women's soccer playoff game, they both lost. But thankfully, since I wasn't on the mic for those 2 games, they were able to get the win.
Maybe you're a bad luck charm, Calvin.
I'm thinking, starting to think so too.
We'll see the Bulldogs. Interesting situation in the neutral zone as a player loses her stick. I believe that's Tolton.
And Docking Stadium isn't the only place where soccer is being played this weekend.
I just got that. It took me a second.
Went over your head for a moment. Just like that shot from Hannah Berenson went over the goaltender's head for the goal.
Man, you got it down. It's played in front in the crease. Shot just wide. Good rebound opportunity there for the Bulldogs. Here's Nadeau with it. She passes it across to her D partner. She'll get it up to Ames. Over to Storer. Storer fires it in. It's just wide of the cage. Bulldogs will get that deep, and looks like Storer will collect it. Ames is it behind the net. Looks like her stick got stuck in the Zamboni doors.
That's the worst. I actually broke a stick that way when I was playing youth hockey.
Oh.
Got jammed in the door. I kept going.
Here's the Redhawks the other way. A 2-0 opportunity. It's fired. And Track will cover that one up. Really good alertness there for Track.
I would have loved to see the Redhawks maybe take advantage of the 2-on-0 and slide that puck over across the crease to make life more difficult from Track, because I don't think she's been beat on a pure shot yet today.
Right. It looks like the Bulldogs defense on that rush there was pretty hot on the Miami's tail. So maybe it was the reaction timing. We'll see another save there from Track.
What I was going to say is, from youth hockey, got my stick blade stuck in the Zamboni door when I was trying to pick up the puck in the corner, and I kept going and the stick did not, broke right in half, and $200 down the drain, and I had to buy my own stick, so I was pretty distraught after that one.
Happens to the best of us, honestly. We'll see Miami win that back. It's played in the corner, deflection in front. Looks like it just goes wide of the post. Back to the point. Ray attempts to break that out. Can't clear the zone, excuse me.
A little tongue-tied here.
Been doing a lot of talking lately.
Again, happens to the best of us.
It does.
It's difficult with a game that moves as quickly as hockey to have the right words to say at the right moment.
Absolutely. And analyze everything. It just gets to you sometimes. See a battle for it in the far wall. Miami will get possession. And we'll go back to the Bulldogs. There's Weglars for a good zone entry there.
The reason that's not a trip is because I think the player got the puck first, and then the Bulldog was collateral damage.
You might be right, Calvin.
Usually when you win the puck first, you're not going to get a tripping call against you.
That's right.
Now, that was player first, so that will be a trip.
That will be a trip. Looks like it'll be called against number 74, captain of the Bulldogs, Mary Robinson. Bulldogs will go down a woman for the next 2 minutes. 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining.
You get the feeling eventually Miami is going to be able to capitalize on one of these power plays.
Definitely, as they've been so good. Seems like they're getting a lot more shots on net now. Firing, and it's gloved by Track.
Track has just been stopping the Miami offense in their tracks, and another glove save made there. Really like the paw print styled pads that she's rocking today. They look awesome.
I like that too. I'll have to consider that next time I get a custom set. See Miami win it back.
You got some pretty nice pads as well, Niter. I know you got the AC shield on the bright yellow pads.
That I do. Opportunity in front's deflected, and it's in. Miami will shorten the Bulldogs' lead by 1.
They were so excited they wanted to celebrate with one of the Bulldogs. The captain striking for the Redhawks. Let's take another look. I told you, if you give your opponent enough kicks at the can with the player advantage, they're going to capitalize. This shot found, and that's a really nice tip. And good awareness from the defenseman, number 11, too, to seek out that tip from her captain. Sent it into the middle, a redirect. That's how you're going to beat Tracked. Tough for any goaltender to stop it when it takes a sudden deflection right in front of you. And props to the Redhawks. Again, they find another big response. We're down 2-0, able to get a goal. Again, they fall behind by 2 and able to find a response this time on the power play.
Absolutely, and it's still a tight game. We'll see the Red Hawks get possession, come back towards the Bulldogs' defensive zone. They'll dump that in. Track comes to play it out and chooses not to. See Grimm with it. Back to the Red Hawks. Accidentally passed it to an Adrian player. The Bulldogs will get that one back into the Miami zone for their defense to collect. It's played up the wall. Berenson collects. She pushes over to Grimm. Grimm sends it up the neutral zone. Miami, it's turned over to Miami. Here they come the other way. Good shot block there for Grimm. A little bit of a diving desperation play there for her, but it's effective.
I'm not usually a huge fan of defensemen laying down like that because it kind of takes you out of the play, but she timed it really well so that it was an effective shot block. Great job by Grimm.
Very good job. There's Miami in tight with it, firing. Shot doesn't get off. Miami definitely gaining some momentum here. We spend quite a few seconds in the Bulldogs' defensive zone. Bulldogs will clear now. Get it back in. Very close to being offsides, but there's no whistle. Shot fired in front. Where's the puck? Grimm finds it. And Ames will get it out. Still battling for it. Here's Storer with it, one-on-one opportunity. Firing, and it's in. Storer, beautiful, beautiful one-on-one opportunity for the Dogs. Puts it top shelf again. Take another look here.
Had some trouble finding the puck here as it was bouncing around. Storer says, I'll take that, and then stuffs it into the net from the left side of the slot.
Really, really good effort there from Storer. Bulldogs will extend the lead further. They'll make it 4-2 Bulldogs.
Once again, Adrian shoots high on the goaltender.
Absolutely, it's always important to find maybe a better way to score on some of these goaltenders as Miami beats the icing call. Linesman signaled for icing.
I just pointed it out because, again, I was telling him to shoot low earlier, but I think they've noticed that up high is maybe a chink in the armor for this Red Hawk goaltender, and they continue to look to elevate it on her, and they've had a lot of success doing that now, up 4-2.
You can imagine the Bulldogs coaching staff are probably saying, don't listen to whatever Calvin says.
Yeah, exactly. I doubt they're listening right now. They're focused on the game.
That's right. So the Bulldogs will get possession again. Robinson will chip that one in. Minute and 48 seconds here to go in the second period. Hirschman will get it in front to Jove. Miami's defense is right there.
Ooh, just had to get that pass up ice. Would have been a breakaway chance for the Red Hawks, but
almost.
Good defensive work by the Bulldogs to tie up the stick of the Red Hawk forward.
Track will play it behind her cage. It's played out in front. Miami can't get the shot off. They find the lane. I believe Morrison is there to block it. Another battle for it in the corner. I believe that is Ray in the corner battling for it. That goes back to the point for Miami. Excuse me, that's Zebley. Stand corrected, I thought I saw number 9.
Poor turnover here.
Big turnover there. Effort for Miami, and they score.
Wow, just a miscue from the Bulldogs. Miami able to take advantage. That was a really nice passing play. Again, forcing track to move across her net makes it more difficult for her to track. You see here, would love to see the defenseman try to skate up ice here instead of throwing one. Didn't look like her winger was ready for the puck. They play it across. That was really nice awareness by 16 to slide it over. An even better shot as the Red Hawks finish it off. And again, we're talking about a one-goal hockey game. Miami not rolling over. They continue to give pushback again. And in the late stages of the second period, may I add.
Absolutely, Calvin. We're neck and neck here for this Women's Division II ACHA hockey contest.
Already close to doubling up the amount of goals we saw yesterday in the 3-1 win for the Bulldogs. Still have 20 more minutes of hockey after this with 20 seconds left in this period.
Absolutely. Still plenty of hockey left to go here. Another 20 minutes in the third period. 12 seconds remaining. Bulldogs will break this one out and get one last rush. The time about to expire. Bulldogs get it deep, and that'll do it for the second frame here. Arrington Ice Arena. Wow, just a very, very active period. Lots of goals scored on both sides. Get an opportunity to see both teams' special teams, their power play and penalty kill opportunities. Calvin, what did you think?
I think that this could be a preview of something we see at the national tournament all the way off in the spring. Still a lot of time between now and then, but you know, this Bulldog team has perennially been one of the better programs in the country. They made the national tournament last year. Miami's hanging right with them, and I think as a team, both squads are playing well, but there's some clear, real like individual talent standing out too with some of the accuracy we've seen shooting from some difficult areas. Both goaltenders have made some really quality stops, and really excited to see how this one pans out in the third.
Absolutely, Calvin. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to a short intermission. My name is Dylan Knight, and alongside here with Calvin Keys and Dakota Schneider as our director. We'll see you for the third period.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Arrington Ice Arena for this third period in a tight contest. Some women's Division II ACHA ice hockey. We're met at a score of 4-3 at the Adrian College Bulldogs, leading by 1. Definitely a kind of a crazy second period. Calvin, what do you have to say?
Yeah, second period, we saw, I believe it'd be 4 goals, right? We saw
so.
2 from the Bulldogs and 2 from the Miami Redhawks, excuse me.
Hirschman in tight with it now. She scores! Bulldogs get on it very early. They'll extend their lead yet again by 2. We'll check the replay for this. It happened so quickly.
Wow, did not take her long at all. Forehand, backhand, and again, up top. Nice goal.
Really?
Tough to elevate in tight with the backhand like she did there. That was really impressive to watch. Bulldogs came to play today.
Really, really good forecheck by Hirschman there really early on in the period. I believe it's only 16 seconds in. Bulldogs extend the lead. Off to a hot start for them. Here come the Redhawks the other way. Turn it over to the Adrian defense. Here's Jove with it now, looks to get it out, up to Hirschman. Hirschman can't quite get there. Redhawks will collect.
If this game continues to follow the same script, look for Miami to answer here. They've pretty much traded blow for blow with Adrian. Every time they've gone down by 2, they've been able to score the next goal. So see if they can do it again.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled. We'll see that aggression from the Redhawks.
I guess we really are proving today that a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
It is. Here's Tolton with it now. It's intercepted by Miami's defense. Here's Nadeau with it now. Tries to chip that one in. The goaltender will cover that one up.
That was a really nice job on the rush from the defenseman, just staying calm. It would have been easy to panic and kind of lunge forward, but really didn't move at all, just stayed put, waited for the Adrian forward to kind of show their hand, and then was able to break it up really well.
Absolutely. As a defender, I imagine your patience is very vital to your game.
Definitely. Whenever you step forward and stop your motion backwards, then it's pretty much do or die time. And then you're kind of out of position if the forward's able to get around you. Pretty tough to do anything from that point on.
Absolutely good patience for the Redhawks defense there. It's played in front, a collection of a few rebounds. Looks like Tract will be able to glove that one. Got a whistle for her team. Talked about earlier, Calvin, that sort of aggression, you know, from the Redhawks after being scored on. Kind of seeing that, an example of that there. They're in really tight with the puck in the house and right in front of the crease. They almost get another goal there.
And it's interesting because the shots show that Miami's had more chances. They're out shooting Adrian 19-18, but I think the Bulldogs have had a few more grade A's.
Absolutely. Hockey's a game of those grade A opportunities. Bulldogs are able to execute 5 of those so far.
It's one thing to generate those chances, another thing to finish them off, and they've done a really good job of seizing their moments here this afternoon at Arrington Ice Arena.
Definitely.
Wow, great keep in by the defenseman there. Good stick to settle it down and keep it in the O zone for a moment.
Perfect alertness there. That's number 6 of Miami.
Ooh, ill-advised saucer pass across their own slot there from Adrian.
Will be turned back over to the Redhawks.
As a forward, I think your eyes light up when you see them attempt to pass like that.
Oh, definitely.
Redhawks really close to reaching that one and maybe getting a chance one-on-one with the goaltender Tract.
I believe an icing call might have been waved off there as Tract came out of the crease to play it. I see Morrison, some aggression, playing it in deep. Turned back over to the Redhawks. Bulldogs fail to keep that one in.
Icing's waived here.
Icing will be waived.
I think that's because they were saying that the puck got hit in transit deep into the Bulldog zone, but Adrian wanted that face-off back in the Miami end, so a tough break.
Miami's defense will collect again. Here they come back the other way. Pad save, right pad save there for Tract.
That was a really good job to not just make the save, but also the rebound control to shepherd it into the corner.
Absolutely. Now Adrian will take possession off of that rebound. Robinson plays it in deep. Shot by Robinson. It's off the pad of the Miami goaltender.
Nice move there. Good deke to open up space from number 93.
Seeing a lot of good skill, honestly, from both sides this afternoon. Miami will get it deep again for Grimm to get. It's passed over. Weglars will get it in the neutral zone. Here's Berenson with it now. The heavy forecheck from Miami's offense. Their defense will get it in deep. Miami gets possession again. It's played into the far corner. Skating around with it now still is number 4 for Miami.
Just going for a stroll here on this Sunday afternoon. Skating around, just gliding by everyone. Finally decides to give it up. You know, you credit the Bulldog defense because although the Redhawks kept possession, and that was really nice work by number 4, they kept her to the outside, didn't give her a lane, and now I think the Redhawks take a penalty.
It's like the call will be tripping.
That's right. Tripping is signaled, and it's number 16 going to the box, or 96 rather, for Miami. Just had that nice deke in the neutral zone moments ago.
Very vital penalty kill here for the Redhawks. Kind of late in this game. And they need to execute and kill if they still want a chance.
I would say there's still a good amount of time left for Miami to make a comeback, so Bulldogs can really look to extend their lead and try to put this one out of reach for Miami here.
Definitely. Shot from Storer, and it's blocked. Played back up to the point to Grimm. Grimm takes her time with it. Back over to Storer. Firing, and it's saved. Played by the Miami defense back to Storer. Back to the point for Grimm. Grimm takes her time with it again. Firing, and it's loose in front. Nobody's there for the rebound, and the Redhawks will clear. Track plays it for Nadeau. Adrian coming in with some speed now. It's played in front. Looks like it just missed the stick blade off that pass. Nadeau will collect at the point. She'll play it in deep. Deflection in front, it's just over the cage. Here's Jove with it now. Passes it across for Nadeau. Nadeau firing, and it's blocked by a Miami defender. They will clear. 35 seconds to go. This power play opportunity for the Bulldogs. Breakout pass is made over to Berenson. Berenson gets it deep. Attempt for Tolton, I believe. The call be icing. .10 to go. Bulldogs still leading at a score of 5-3.
For Miami, they haven't stopped believing. They're being persistent here on this penalty kill, and if they're able to get these last 18 seconds killed off, they've got a chance to still try and come back in this hockey game. This has been a crucial kill for them, and so far they've come up clutch.
Good timing there, Calvin, with the songs Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Oh, really? I didn't notice. What a coincidence.
Bulldogs power play unit will get it back into the zone as Miami's penalty kill expires. We'll resume to 5-on-5 hockey. Some speed the other way is number 16 for Miami. Bulldogs good back check and effort to defend. And it's pushed out of the zone. Miami with it now looking to get it deep. It's intercepted by Joe for a moment. Redhawks come back the other way. Firing. It's off the left pad of track. Deflected in the corner, and Adrian will collect now. Here's Tolton with it. She gets it into the zone. Opportunity in front. I believe the shot is off the right pad there of the goaltender. Good for Storer to get that shot through. A little breakaway opportunity for Miami. They shoot and score.
Boy, number 16 has been pretty electric throughout this game. She does a great job there again. Nice wheels here. Puck's loose. She's going to beat one person, pokes it by the Bulldog defenseman, and from there, she was gone. Adrian hustling to get back, I think, off of a line change, but no one was on the wide side from a defensive perspective, and that's one of the toughest shots to stop is one to the low blocker, as you know, Niter, and
Definitely.
A lot of space there. Nothing track can do, and what did I say? Another response after going down by 2. Miami makes it a 1-goal game again.
Also looks like, Calvin, there was a little bit of change in the stick blade angle for number 16, and it might have thrown track off a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, she's crafty. She's been able to finish in a couple of different ways, set up her teammates, and in general, a lot of skill on both sides of the rink. Redhawks answer in a big way to continue to keep this game close.
Just like that, this game gets more intense. A little bit of a nail biter here. 11 minutes left. Bulldogs still leading at a score of 5-4. Miami's hot on their tail, though. Redhawks will clear that one out for Grimm to collect. Passed up the wall. Robinson with it now. Attempts to get a shot off. Just wide of the cage. Miami with it again. They send it in deep to the Bulldogs' defensive zone. And that will be icing.
Wow, is that going to be too many players on the ice? Oh, no, the signal there was the same players have to stay on the ice after the icing call. My apologies.
Yep.
Sometimes when you see the referee pointing around like that, it means you've got a bench minor penalty upcoming for too many players on the ice. But in that case, it was just instructing the players who iced the puck to stay on, as that's their punishment for the icing violation.
Good observation there, Calvin. See a quick face-off win for the Bulldogs, and it's gloved up by the Miami goaltender.
Berenson's been a threat from the point all game, hasn't she? And you can see the design here. They're just going to try to, I think it's Grimm at the dot who's just going to try to win it back quickly for Berenson to get more shots on net, see if they can do it again.
Absolutely. Berenson seems to be finding those perfect shot lanes as she's been able to score. See a little bit of an odd man rush here for Miami. Not the penalty kill, excuse me. Miami will get it deep for Berenson to collect. She sends that one back to Grimm. Grimm looks to break this one out. Up to Robinson. Robinson can't get that one out. Grimm has it again. Miami with it. Firing. Sticked aside by Track. Miami will collect behind the Bulldogs' cage. Turned over to Berenson. It's back to Hirschman. Hirschman, perfect pass up to the middle. Breakaway opportunity for Robinson. And it's off the post and off the skate of the Miami goaltender. Really close opportunity there for Mary Robinson.
Might have been a slight hook there on Robinson as well, as the defenseman who was backtracking got a little bit of a piece of her. But if we've seen anything in this game, it's that the referees are going to let both these teams play physical and it's made for a tight and competitive contest.
Definitely, as you said before, they're letting them play.
At that point, as a defenseman, you're willing to take the penalty if you're going to stop a breakaway, a player down, although maybe risk for a penalty shot there as the stick came in from behind. There wasn't a whole lot there, but enough where you're kind of on the edge of your seat waiting for what the referee's decision is going to be.
It's funny in hockey, sometimes it's necessary to take penalties, especially in sacrifice of your team, and just have faith in that trust in your penalty kill.
All right, look at that power turn to open up space here for the Bulldog defenseman. Grabbed it in the neutral zone and then just spun quickly, got away from pressure, got it back up ice for a scoring chance.
Good effort there for the Bulldogs. It's turned over back to Miami. She'll send that deep.
I think
as
the
they'll go for a line change.
Bulldog defensemen have confidence to make those kind of plays up the ice because their forwards are doing a good job dropping back to cover for them.
Absolutely. Opportunity here for Tolton. She dumps it behind the net.
Oh, boy.
Storer is in front. We get a whistle. Stopped in play here. What was the call there, Calvin? I didn't.
Was the net? I think the net's off,
It
right?
was just the net?
That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
So we had, I don't know.
Didn't look like it went off that much.
It was a little bit of kind of friendly fire, I guess, where a Red Hawk player slid into their goaltender with some real speed. Luckily, both players seemed to be okay. Kind of gave a little preview to sledding season there with the snow coming soon. We'll have some sledding, and you know, a Red Hawk slides right into their goaltender. It's a little bit dangerous when you get skates up in the air like that.
Absolutely. It's crazy how fast this year is moving. Thinking of sledding now.
Yeah. Not for you, though. You got to stay healthy for hockey season, man.
That's right.
I'm home free. I'm just a student now, so I don't have to worry about staying healthy. Although, I don't know. Not a lot. I don't know of any sledding hills around. We'll have to scout it out, see what our options are.
Maybe the little hill outside of Valade Hall.
Maybe. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Bulldogs will send that one deep.
It's not Thanksgiving yet, though, so I think we can cool our jets a little bit with that talk.
Hey, that's true. That is true. Here comes Miami with it the other way. Bulldogs will clear that one out. Miami with it again. They'll send it deep again. Track will come out of her cage to play it. Sticked over. Jove with it along the wall, gets it out. Back to the Miami defense. Good effort there from Jove, a little bit of physicality. Redhawks come in the other way. It's played along the far corner, back up to Jove. She'll send that one out.
I think in terms of how evenly matched this game has been, this might be one of the better contests we've seen at Arrington Ice Arena this year.
Definitely.
Really been a joy to watch.
Important to note, too, shots are 20-21. Almost 21-21 there with a shot opportunity from Hirschman, and that's wide of the cage.
Getting into the late stages here with 6 minutes to go.
This is where it truly becomes a nail-biter. It's played in front of the crease. Nobody can get a stick on it. Miami will collect that. They'll break it out. Some moves, a blocker save from Track. Rebound is played out, back to Nadeau. She'll chip that out. It's back to the Miami defense now. They'll send that one in deep. And the call be icing.
Again, the line change is going to be halted for the Redhawks. Miami, I think, probably has one of the nicer ice arenas in the Midwest, at least in the surrounding area. Goggin Ice Center, I don't know if you've ever been there, Niter. It's really, really cool. It's kind of an old vintage brick building, but they've renovated it, so the ice sheet is really nice. Almost similar a little bit to Yost Ice Arena, which is in Ann Arbor.
Right.
Really nice spot to watch a hockey game. I'd be interested to see how the NCAA men's team from Miami did this weekend.
I've never been to that rink. As an East Coast guy, haven't been anywhere really much around the Midwest.
Have you been to Princeton's ice rink in New Jersey?
I have. Hobie Baker Ice Arena, I believe it's called. Wow, really cool barn. Really cool old barn.
Well, I draw the comparison because that'll have to wait a moment.
Opportunity there for Berenson. Looks like the puck just got away from her a little bit then. Here comes Miami the other way.
I was bringing up the comparison because both are really beautiful brick buildings, older rinks. The difference with Goggin is it's pretty cavernous compared to Hobie Baker. It's a really nice spot to watch a game, though. Still on my bucket list. I've seen videos, but still have to make it down there to Oxford for a contest one of these days.
Some really, really cool college hockey barns around everywhere, seems like. Haven't been to Yost yet either. Heard it's amazing.
Got to go to a game sometime together.
Absolutely. Here's Grimm playing it in now. She sticks it into the corner. Still in possession is Grimm. Now Miami will get it.
We've got a decent hockey program over there in Ann Arbor, I'd say.
Yeah, they're decent.
Nothing compared to these two teams, though. They've really put on a show for us today.
Absolutely. Keeping it close. A lot of battles here late in the period. So Adrian will stick that one out. Still remains in the zone. Number 3 of Miami looking to shoot. Doesn't get an opportunity. Sticked out. Back into the far wall. Miami still keeping possession with it now. They play it up to the point. Bulldogs have possession now. It's passed up to Jove. Robinson attempts to keep it in. He leaves it for Hirschman. Played across to Nadeau. Nadeau plays that one in. Hirschman gets it in. Fired up the wall for Miami. It's played back to Sachel. She gets knocked over. Here come the Red Hawks. Firing. It's one of the Red Hawks defensemen. It's just wide.
Nice plays at the blue here to keep it in for Miami. They're knocking on the door. They've got 2.5 minutes to try and find an equalizing goal.
Definitely. It looks like we're going to be looking over to see if they...
Oh, boy, that's a big call. It's going to be a trip.
Oh.
That's the right decision. Couldn't have asked for a better time for a Miami power play. Bulldogs get caught reaching. We'll see who's going to the box now.
Makes it more intense, too, because we're nearing the end of the third period here. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. We're also going to look to see if Miami decides to pull their goaltender, make it a 6-on-4 opportunity.
Got a timeout for Miami here. What would you like to see them draw up?
It's definitely crucial for them to take the goaltender's eyes away, or take Track's eyes away. Maybe if they pull their goaltender, they could get two players in front of the net for the screen and utilize the other 4 of their players to pass the puck around. And it's really, I think really here, it's all about taking away Track's eyes. And just on this penalty kill, you know, Adrian, it's important for them to not jump at it too much or really get too aggressive, but just obviously keep in mind, like, stick in the passing lane, like, just take the lanes away. Do their best to block shots, as we've seen them do previously in the previous periods.
Do you recall if Miami's had a power play goal in this game so far?
I believe they had one.
They had one,
okay.
Had
one. So we'll see. Both teams will be ultimately tested here as we get down to the nitty-gritty here.
It was a slow start on special teams. Well, not penalty killing, but slow start for the power plays for both squads. But, you know, this is why you spend so much time on your power play in practice. Down a goal, 5-4 score here. Big chance for the Red Hawks to stay alive in this one.
Definitely. Very intense here.
And regardless of how this one ends, I think both these clubs have a lot to be proud of and a lot to hang their hat on moving on in the season.
especially in such a good contest. A great series we've had this weekend so far. We'll see.
And this is an exciting game when you get 9 goals like this. Lots of action.
Lots of action.
Miami looking to generate a little more.
Firing. I believe it's blocked aside by an Adrian defender.
Wow,
Here's
they can't get it out.
Colton couldn't get it out.
Wow.
They'll keep it in.
Ooh.
Be a delayed offsides.
Thought that was kept in for a moment.
It was really close. Just a matter of inches, I would say. Miami has yet to pull their goaltender. We've 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. Played back up to the point. As the players look for their options. Firing. It's off the glove of Tolton behind the net. Good opportunity there for Miami. They'll get it out.
Net's empty for the Redhawks.
She fires and it's just wide of the right post.
Didn't realize Miami had the goaltender pulled, but that was a big chance to ice the game for Adrian. It's 6-on-4 right now, Niter.
Absolutely, and the intensity just increased a little bit.
Got all our attention on the offensive zone. Look back there, and oh, there's no goalie in the net. That's a problem. Bulldogs just missed the target there.
It's up to the point for number 11. Shot. Looked like it went over track, but she covers it up. We'll see a little bit of a scrum in front of the Bulldogs net.
Adrian's got to be careful here because you don't want to give up a 5-on-3. We're in the final minute now with 56 seconds to go. And if the Bulldogs are able to scrape away with a regulation win here, I think they've got track to thank for that in large part. Is down the stretch here, she's made 3 or 4 pivotal saves on this Miami power play that has been generating a lot of chances.
That was definitely one of those pivotal saves right there. Obviously through screens like that, it's hard to see where the puck is and where it's going.
Just trying to make yourself as big as possible.
Absolutely. See number 9 for Miami looking to fire it or find an option now. Back up to the point, 38 seconds remaining. Fired by Miami across. Tip does not get through. Number 16. It's back up to the point, firing, shot through off a couple of sticks. Adrian will kill that off. Nadeau out of the box now. Here she goes. Just to get the empty net, gaining the neutral zone.
Just got clipped there by the Red Hawk player at the last moment. 5 seconds here.
Bulldogs will get it deep.
Ooh.
And that'll do it.
Smart play there, just getting the puck down the ice to kill the rest of the clock. That's a weekend sweep. Break out the brooms, Niter. Bulldogs get it done. Wasn't easy, but able to roll up their sleeves and go to work. And there's the goaltender tracked with the Boston Bruins style celly. They are wearing black and gold, so it makes sense. And it's usually what Linus Allmark and Jeremy Swayman do on the Bruins. And you love to see it tracked. Earned that hug with her great play today.
Definitely. Well, a very, very good effort from both sides here. Very, very even game. Adrian comes out on top with the score of 5-4.
And this one really could have gone either way, but boy, I was entertained watching this one, and this women's ACHA D2 contest was really a dandy.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure throughout this broadcast with you, Calvin. It was a pleasure talking to you and getting the chat. As we see celebration here for the 5-4 win. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to ACTV this afternoon. My name is Dylan Knight, your play-by-play announcer, alongside here with Calvin Keys, our color/cameraman, and Dakota Schneider, our director. It's been fun. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
continue to take pride and learn from ACHA Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, and unity